should know what they do. But the people is faster. Why? One thing. Something else. Well, I think that one is good. But oh, bro, she just asked the last of the last night.
Harini, Soham, turn a camera.
Hey, Papa.
I'll switch it on in 5 minutes.
Okay. All right. So we were doing session number, I don't remember, second book is open, first one. Session number you were there in the last session. So which is the session number which we were doing? I forgot the number. Was it, I think 8 or what?
Just a second.
From what? What did you say?
No, ma'am, it was not you.
Okay. So this is the session number. I think we were on the last exercise. You guys have missed a lot. I think today is the last. Okay, fine. One thing is already being done by what do you call it? Nandini ma'am. So half the session I've already done. So most of it is done. So this is the session number here. So I was also not responding, so then I'm asking. I think vocabulary building, session 17. We were doing session 17, this vocabulary, and that is page number 15. So we have already done something called indirectly used words. Harini, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have used incorrect used words and even practice exercise that is commonly used words. Yes, Harini?
Yes, ma'am. Practice exercise 2 also we've done.
1, 2, and 3 also. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
And the fourth one, that is one word substitution. You haven't done one word substitution, right, Harini?
No, no.
No, ma'am, we haven't done from fourth.
Possible. I remember you picked one. No? 4, 5, 6, and not even 7. Misspelled words. And the 8th one, that is odd man out. One, 3 is done, right? Can you confirm Harini and Sonam 1, 2, 3 is done? First, second, and third.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so I'll just give you a brief. So basically, this vocab building, since you guys were not there. Okay, and vocab building is just like a recap of whatever we had done earlier. Okay, this is more of like example. You may have questions. We just have to identify the right questions in the exam. So the first question, if we use is indirectly used words. Like the word help is there. So if the help is used rightly or not, that is what we had. That is small exercise. And then practice exercise 2 was about commonly confused words. That is something which may have a different spelling, okay, but it is written, which is pronounced similar. Okay, so that is like there, for example. So then you have to identify that when we use PHE, when you use PHEI. That's one of the examples. Check it. Like alternative, a bit of difference. It's an alternate and it's an alternative. So this is how when we use this. Again, the thing. And then when you look at this practice exercise 3, that is synonyms, and over here again, uncouth. Uncouth is what? It's like polite, annoying, bad, unfriendly. So you can also identify with the, you don't have to learn everything, it's not possible. Okay. So you can just identify that which word suits the best when we replace. Okay, because the some idea is always there. Okay, it's not something you be unaware of. Okay, the fourth exercise is all about the one word substitution. That is, again, there's a phrase and you are substituting with one word. Okay, which is that word which is the most applicable one during that exercise. So, actually, I was thinking of doing RC today. Okay, reading comprehension. But you guys suggest me, do you want to finish this right now and then begin on RC? How do you guys want it? Does any of your opinion also? What do you want? Want to finish this now? Yes. Harini?
From fourth exercise onwards, you mean?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am,
Harini?
we can do that.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. We can finish this topic.
Want to first finish this and then move on to RC. One word substitution. So I would suggest you, let's divide our work in terms of one word substitution. Then what happens is you can do it quickly. Okay, and it's not something that we really need all the words. You can always listen to others. Okay, so let's divide and finish now. Harini, you can do first to fourth.
Okay.
Okay, and Soham, you can do 5 to 8. Okay, and you can do 9
Yes,
to
ma'am.
13 to 16. Okay, and you do it separately or together? Separately. What is that separate? Or then give one word together. So 17 to 20. Okay, let's just do it. Let's spend 5 minutes and then we can tell each other everything. Once you guys finish, just look at all the questions for. Okay, you may not solve it, but at least glance through all the questions. You're comfortable, not comfortable. And so on, Harini, let me know once you're through with it.
Yes.
Till 1:30 you finish this. I mean, this exercise is, and 1:30 to 30 this next session I'll take pass. Check your answers. All correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'm done.
Yes, Harini, all correct?
No, ma'am. The fourth one I had it done.
You're sorted or you need help?
I do need help, ma'am. I have it out in.
Help, right? That's what you said.
Fourth.
I think you need to switch on your cameras. Very, very difficult for me to understand. Because half of it I understand is lip sync. Thank you. Yeah, Harini, do you need help
Yes, ma'am. In the fourth question.
in the fourth question? Okay. So let's just take 2 minutes. Let's let them just wind up. Done. All correct.
So that's what the answer will be like at first glance, and when the choice so
Okay, let's begin with Harini. Harini, you may just quickly 10 minutes for it. Quickly read out your question and tell the answers, which is the work is divided now. So you have to explain it to the class you're on.
Yes, ma'am. So first one is, I don't mind talking to him about the project, but he is a person who thinks only of himself. So he's an egoistic person. C, option C. She makes it certain that she will never fight with her best friend over a petty thing like this. So makes it certain is ensures it. She ensures that she won't fight.
C.
We visited. Sorry.
C. Ensures.
C. Yeah, C.
Also.
We visited the ancient palace yesterday. There we saw old manuscripts written by saints. We tried, but it was not clear enough to be read. So that's illegible. Option D. Ma'am, in the fourth one, this is his first press conference with the media. He's anxious because he speaks less. Ma'am, I know that sullen, option A and option C we can eliminate. I know that much. And D means a person who doesn't talk, right?
This is the person who talks less. So if
Yeah, no, but reticent means a person who doesn't express himself or doesn't talk too much, right?
And what is the word letter B one means? Alphabet B.
I didn't know the meaning of that word.
Yeah,
But that's the answer. So I mean, I assume that is the meaning. But
that's the same thing.
doesn't reticent also mean that?
Yes, it does mean, but the only thing is that this is see, one person is he chose to talk less. That is what reticent is. And the second one is that you get anxiety and you cannot face people.
Okay.
Okay, that is what they saw. They clearly wrote it. Now he's anxious. Okay, anxiety, the factor of anxiety is coming. Who's doing the 5 to 8? Yeah, 5 to 8. So,
Mummy, so.
Yeah.
Mom, so the first one, my brother is a theater artist who performs and expresses stories or thoughts through gestures. So this is A, pantomime. Then sixth, every Wednesday at the Ganesha temple, my father gives alms to poor people. He loves to help the needy and put others first. So he's an altruist. They organized a house party for Sarah's birthday. but she does not get excited easily, even if you put in a lot of effort and emotion. So she is placid. We have bought a new machine for our mother to help her in household chores. The machine can easily be carried anywhere. So the machine is portable. B, the B one with an R.
My my aunt cannot stay in the hospital for 5 minutes because she has a fear of confined places. C. Claustrophobia. 10th, Jackson is a highly skilled musician. He is an expert guitarist in his college band. He will go a long way in this profession. B. Virtuoso. Earlier in our country, there was a government and administration by the kings and queens. A. Monarchy. 12th, his son is a dash as he lost his life in protecting the lives of people of this country. B. Martyr. Okay, this is what you were asking. But yeah, because this is how we say that. 13 to 16.
Sheldon's father is an author and has won an award for the book that talks about his own history. C. Autobiography. Our neighbor, Mr. Gupta, is an epitome of population explosion. He has 4 wives and 12 children for years. He is being polygamist. Samira prefers to travel on foot for short distance. She is a pedestrian. The doctors have put him for a blood purification process as his kidneys malfunction. He is under A dialysis. 1720. Everyone in the meeting praised Rama for his presentation. Suddenly, Rakesh from behind stood up to praise his opposition. Rakesh's antagonist.
Good.
The sudden damage and suffering caused due to the Isaac gas leak still has its effect on the mind, body, and soul of local people. A sea catastrophe. Jacob's cousin would surely disclose the secret of Jacob on Navigator's in college as he loves to see Jacob be moved. Jacob's cousin this I know A because B and B almost the same. So
Yes.
that is science. Why not?
Sadist. Yeah, it is sadist. See, sadist matlab यही होता है that you know somebody who gets happiness by seeing other people being sad.
But then the B option also is a person who derives pleasure from seeing someone who's in pain or so, same as social like the meaning.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Guys, are you sure? Because I always know that sadist only which we say. Because that might be the just check that might be the because sadist is pain and being humiliated is different.
Sadist is someone who derives pleasure, especially sexual pleasure, in pain or degradation.
That's what sadist. Sadist का मतलब ये होता है somebody is happy that you know somebody. Like for example, there's some people who keeps poking into somebody else's life and is happy that you know that they're in trouble. So that kind of trouble, which is not inflicted through any I mean physical pain, is more of a pleasure that you know I'm glad that this person. That is sadist. This one I'm never got. Maybe you check Oxford one.
The son to function and participating in the competition where I have to engage without any disadvantage. I am participating in
Extent. Yes. Easy. These are the kind of ones which you get it. Now again, this is about the usage of sentences. Okay, we have 10. Harini, quickly the first two. Soham, third and fourth. Fifth and sixth. Divide 7 and 8, 9 and 10. Yeah. 5 minutes, huh? Harini, first one. Just read, sorry,
Yeah, I'll read it.
just read the bold part.
But with them, soon all this disappears, enthusiasm soon wanes and finally dies, and the work is abandoned. So I chose D. That is, their enthusiasm decreases and finally disappears, and they stop working. But I had a doubt that if none of these would not have been there, I would have chosen this. But with none of these, I don't think the D option makes it improves the sentence. The already existing sentence is better than this. Right? I mean, how is it improving? That's what the question says, right?
Yes. Yeah, I agree with him. It gives you less, words, and the better it is. The more the crisp it is, yes, it makes sense. This is how it needs to be done. And this is basically about your okay, Harini and everyone. If you're reading only the bold part, you just have to tell the context. Okay, that this is the context. At least they know it. Then what context are we talking about? Second one, you can tell the context.
These days, people tend to affect what they actually are not. So these days, people show off to others what they are not. So option C.
Is everyone okay with this? Yes. Are you clear, girls? Sure, no. Third one.
Mom, only the italics part you want me to read?
Just tell me what is the passage about, so that they don't waste time reading the passage.
Okay, so the passage is basically about death control, how it is different from birth control. And it's basically about that. And the italics part is says how, as opposed to squalid conditions, which include disease and dirt all over, improved standards of living can help in increasing life expectancies and create healthy surroundings. So basically, for that, the answer is C. I chose C. Better standards of living can create healthy surroundings and thus save people from diseases.
Fourth
And
one.
fourth one, it's basically about how human life comprises of conflicts, ecstasy, adulations, and detestations prevalent all around. It basically says about the ups and downs of a human life, how there are goods and bads both. So the best option is C, which talks about amalgamation of love, sorry, hatred, happiness, and distress.
Fifth one tells about childhood and manhood. It compares between childhood and manhood. It says that a child grasps and realizes mystery of life more clearly than a man. So the answer for this is B. A child understands the complexities of life in a better way than a man. Sixth one talks about that willpower is a key to achieving greatness. And great things have always been achieved by men of will. The answer of this is C. Willpower stimulates the man to make possible all he desires.
Tells about the negative impact on US economy because of politics and politicians needs to look beyond their narrow visions. So the answer would be C. Better sense to prevail among politicians and they act about their the eighth passage is about terrorism. That how terrorism does not hold any place in our community. They do not command any empathy and compassion of the public at large. The correct option is A.
Sympathy and kindness.
And one, heart diseases are number one killer in both urban and rural areas. Check please one needs to investigate physical activity schemes around oneself and provide children who will opportunity for increased physical activity. The option is C to find out new methods of physical actions and prospects for people in rural children. Then one is the cultural its unique activity for civilized society based perspective. The answer is A fosters peace between the societies.
be manageable. Girls, so Harini, comfortable?
Yes, ma'am.
Exercise 28. This again you did once idioms and phrases. Okay, so it's again a recap. Check first 4, Harini.
Exercise 6, right?
Yes. First 4. So 5 to 8. 9 to 12. 13 to 16. And 17 to 20. What is size? What is yours? No, definitely perhaps. Done?
Yes.
Yeah, Harini, please begin.
Be in your bonnet means to be obsessed with an idea. So option
Girls, you
B.
with me? Please mark it. Yeah.
So for the second one, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. So option C, don't find fault with the book. Third one is every trick in the book, which means to try every possible way. Option A. And the fourth one is making a fresh start. So starting something in a new and different way. Option C.
So
They thought that Ria would simply give up if her complaint had to go to the court. Now they will realize that they have caught a Tata. So C, dealing with a troublesome person. Uh, she wanted him to dash the lines, but he lacked sufficient understanding of the situation. So read between the lines. And then in the seventh one, Mama had a doubt. We knew we should not dash at the party, but we could not help it as the case was so interesting. Uh, Ma'am, so I'm confused between C, talk incessantly, and B, talk shop.
you guys think it? Harini, what's your answer?
I had written top shop, but I'm not sure.
You?
B and C conclusion.
Ma'am, talk shop is like basically talking about matters concerning one's work, especially at a social occasion when it is inappropriate. So that's correct. And talking incessantly means in a way that never stops. So it's especially when it's annoying or unpleasant. So in this case also it could be annoying or unpleasant. So in between those two, that's why I could not figure out which one.
No, but its written case was interesting. Even if
Also,
it sound annoying, that is our interpretation to it, na?
Mansu, if the case is interesting, you can also talk incessantly, right?
Incessantly, matlab is basically that you are just speaking without making any sense. Okay, that you are not giving chance to somebody else to talk. That is
All right.
basically okay. And
Okay.
talking about is something that you get very excited because it's a matter of your interest.
Okay,
And
understood.
so there is interpretation is a different sense that somebody is annoying, somebody is not annoying. That's an interpretation. But
Okay.
matlab, that is how you can fit your things.
Okay. And then
And once again, so what is read between the lines?
ma'am,
What does
read in bit. Sorry,
what does this mean? Read between the lines.
ma'am, to understand the meaning of basically get it into the depth of it, like
Read between the lines. That is not literally a reading between the lines. Like this is what even if somebody said something, this is not what they mean. Okay, so you have to find out the double meaning, you have to find out the sarcastic meaning, which is being attached sometimes to the statement. Okay, the real meaning. Yes, eighth one, so
like a fish out of water. B.
Ninth, birds of feather flock together. 10th,
once again, why are you not marking your answers when they are telling? You solved it later. Which Excel have you solved it later shown? On your own? Nothing. Nothing. First, second, third have you solved it shown? कौन सा later आएगा? Which later? When everybody is discussing, finish it off. Okay? Everybody is doing, right? You guys are marking. That is what the purpose is all about. So that we don't have pending stuff. Next. 10th one.
10th, people in glass houses should not throw stones. 11th, in high spirits means A was very cheerful. 12th, show white feather means A show she was scared.
13. The rich and the poor sat very near in the rescue ferry. Try to end your dependency on alcohol, otherwise you will ruin yourself completely one day. Being an introvert that he is, exposing innermost feelings to others is not possible for them. Her fame grew because she was talented. Now, in the 14th question, why C can't be wrong?
C can't be wrong.
Can't be an option. Dies or
I was die one day. I will die one day is like a literal statement that you will die one day. That is your interpretation. Nobody dies.
practically the
No, but nobody dies. Right?
like and it's go. So
Some of the things with the Bollywood movies and all this shows in such a way that the implication shows died, but they never show death. They always show that the implication of tobacco usage and all these things may lead to a certain thing. It's just that we humans imply in such a way. They never show death.
70. Whether I stay in Mumbai or Pune, it is all and one to should be whether I stay in Mumbai or Pune, it is all one. 18. She has been working off and on for several months to complete the project. Such more. The written word carries more weight and can increase more minds than achieve the word what we cannot achieve.
Misspelled words, just hold on, because misspelled words is something that you have to do with all of them. Because it's not the division thing. Let's do practice exercise 8 first, and then we move on to 7. Practice exercise 8, odd man out. Again, the same division. How do we begin? 1 to 4. Soham, 5 to 8, 9 to 12, 13 to 16, 17 to 20. Percolating that's थोड़ा सा पानी डालेंगे. Absolutely. Think about it. This is more of an explanation of this, and this is what we are saying makes sense. Guys, for exercise 6, question number 19, question number 20. So he brought it into notice. He's saying that since we mark C as an option, but that is more of an explanation. However, B is something which is an idiom, okay, which actually defines and what exactly it is. And I think we were supposed to place with idiom. I think it makes sense what he's saying here. You all agree with this? B1, the pen is mightier than a sword. Again, it's just an explanation or whatever, but a more of an idiom, praise. So we're going ahead with B. Okay.
The question just says to make the sentence grammatically correct, right?
Where is the signal?
Ma'am, you're discussing question 20 of exercise 6, right?
So then isn't this grammatically correct, Maharini?
No, but Even C gives you a grammatically correct sentence. No?
No, what he means over here is the written word carries more weight. So if I say achieve with words, what you can achieve by action. So don't you think this is something should be a part of the sentence rather than a separate sentence?
But we know that this is the topic of idiom, so you can say that B. But if this question comes, I probably would go with C because that is grammatically correct. B is not wrong, but I mean, at the first glance, I would feel C would make more sense.
But read the question above 19. It's written over here. It is about an idiom, not that. We are reading 17.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah.
This is
B.
what he's saying. That's how I agree to him. See, he meant this. It's an idiom only, no? 19 and 20.
Sorry, ma'am, I didn't read the question.
This, all these three are angles. So the odd is all the. Done? Harini, begin.
Yes. First one, Shakespeare. Romeo Hamlet novel play. So novel, C. With Gyor, red, indigo, olive, yellow, olive. Light, bright, low, shadow, sound, sound. D. Mathematics, arithmetic, trigonometry, quantum machines, geometry, quantum machines. C.
Did you guys? First four? Good, thank you. So,
Yes. Specious, fallacious, credible, false. So C, credible. Then six, a democracy, voting, monarchy, dictatorship. It's B, voting. Gold medalist, athlete, Olympic champion, record holder. B, athlete. Apt, relevant, appropriate, and adept. So D, adept.
9. Seize, launch, initiate, commence. A seize, 10th, sporadic, frequent, intermittent, scarce. B, scarce. Oh, sorry. B, frequent. 11th, drip, intrusion, percolation, effluence. B, effluence. 12th, treachery, morbid, deceit, swindle. B, morbid.
A jaundice, B cataract, C diphtheria, D anemia, B cataract because the eye surgery and the rest. A vulture, B doves, C kingfishers, and D kiwi. I guess the context of the kiwi is the most smallest, but we can relate to that. The rest of those are wild dogs.
It's a good sign.
True, it's a bird.
Harini, what's your answer?
I had written kiwi, thinking that it's a fruit. Because I didn't. No, it's a bird, but I didn't know why. It
Ma'am,
was the odd one out there.
kiwi is odd man, ma'am, because it can't fly. All the others can fly.
Sorry, so I missed it. What?
Ma'am, kiwi can't fly, ma'am.
Yeah.
We can even consider the contact of your, it's a fruit. Taste buds, tongue, retina, eye, follicle, head, balance, ear. Answer is D, balance, ear.
Good.
Next is taxi, case, able, tab. Answer would be C, able. 17, Hooker, dragon, lantern, order, D order. 18, tornado, twister, cyclone, water, D water.
Twist, not twister.
Oh, it's what?
Acha, tornado, twister. Fine.
What's the answer for 18, ma'am? What did you say?
Volcano.
Yes. Okay.
A, B, C, socially, and D, consistency. But yes, when B, swim, C, ablution, D, with all the other
Breathing. Good. Easy enough. So now
What does ablution mean?
evolution is also related to this only, that is the water. However, swim will not be related to water, right?
people are not
Yeah, you're not.
yeah, no, but that's fine.
You're not immersing yourself. I'm good. See. Okay, misspelled words supposed to be done with this. Everybody's looking at things will be different. So you do it on your own. This is the only exercise which left 20 questions. And then after break, I'll move on to RC. You take 10 minutes maximum to finish this. Okay. I mark your answers. Come on, begin. How do you guys want to divide? You want to, you
Practice
don't.
exercise 7, right? Misspelled words.
Yes, misspell words. How many of you wants to divide? These are okay, na? One exercise we need to do. Misspell is something. Okay. Correct, right? Check your answers. Are you done, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
Check your answers. All correct?
One mistake.
Are you clear?
No, I'm clear.
It's a big misspell words. Checking? Oh, done. Okay. Words, how would you guys? Okay. Harini, so 1:30 to 1:35 is the official break time. If you want, you can take 2 minutes early because you've already done. Up to you. We can run. But are you clear with that? That's more important. That's good. So, done?
Ma'am, the last two left now.
Have you written the correct answers? Why did it go wrong? What happened?
Like the start, I did not understand. The context, I did not get it.
Okay.
The statements I got.
Spelling ones,
Yes.
Achha. Now it makes sense to you, no? It's more important. Just see that what's went wrong.
Yes, ma'am, done.
Soham, have you checked your answers? You sorted?
Yes, ma'am. Only two wrong, and that two were silly errors. I got them.
Okay. You also sorted? Girls sorted? All four of you? Okay, so 131, we're beginning with a break. 136, we'll be back. Okay? 130. You're okay with 132 to 136? Harini Soham. End this session. All right. Harini and Soham, I think you guys were not there at the start of the IPM. If I'm right? When we had begin with IPM.
I was in there.
Ma'am, I missed only a few classes.
So, I mean, what I mean by few classes, did you attend RC or not?
No.
That was the first class. RC attended. You also attended. Yes, so there were only a couple of them. I think you also attended RC. Only a couple of them, like you two, or maybe someone else, one or two. Because this was being done in the, they attended RC. So this is like the first class we did. Okay, however, after that Nandini ma'am took over. Okay, and so she had to do her syllabus first, and that's how it began. So what I'm doing right now is that I'll be giving you the proper gist of it, that what exactly RC is about, so that you also guys can manage. You guys can also manage the questions which are coming. But when it comes to exercise, we are not taking up all the exercises in the class because we have already done it. Okay, but the explanation part, everything will be done in the class. But yes, if you come up with doubts or something, we're always there. So it's not something that we are leaving you. Okay, so but if you at all comes with doubts, unlike other topics, because for other topics we've done all the exercises in the class. This is what I mean. So we are taking up some 2-3 questions from every exercise in the class since it's done earlier. But we didn't also complete. So we also left it. Okay. So this is how it will be done. But if you come up with something, I'll help you out. Okay. So this is. I remember. We could not do because Nandini ma'am had to take over. Huh? So you may open your notebook. This requires a lot of writing. A lot of writing in the sense that once you have the tips and the steps for every question, then you can sort it out on your own. You wrote it? You have it? If you don't have it, you have to write it. If you have it, it's fine. All right. So reading comprehension, there will be different types of questions you will come in exam. Reading comprehension is more like a passage. जैसे आप unseen passage करते हैं ना school में. So this is the same thing, unseen passage. But the only thing in school is they don't tell you how to solve the questions. I think none of them tells, na? No school. Yeah. So no school tells that how to solve the questions. They just leave you with the passage and they tell you that find out the answers for this X, Y, Z. However, especially CBSE. However, for enter exam, we'll give you the strategies. Okay, that how to sort the certain type of questions. So you will have direct. This is the one type of question. The other type is indirect. Please write it down. The types, so that you know
Ma'am,
how.
we can't see your board.
I'm so sorry. 1 second. I don't know how to do this, huh?
You have to share the second.
How do I have to do that?
You have
Stop
to close
here.
this one.
Okay. Documents. I'm not.
Advanced tags. So you have to go to the advanced.
This.
No, above only then.
Okay. Then.
Second
camera.
camera is.
Okay. Can you see now? Okay. So you have direct, you have indirect. Now you can't see the PPT.
Yeah. One thing only can be shared.
No, that other day, so they were sharing both the things together. PPT and.
Then you have to shift your video camera.
I shift. How do you have to do that?
So we can close this one.
Switch camera.
No. This share. Which screen were you sharing? This one.
Yeah. This makes sense, na? Both the things you can see. This is important. Okay, thank you. So you have direct, you have indirect questions, you have contextual. That is, you will have in your exam vocab-based questions. That in school also you get it. Okay, that what are the synonyms, antonyms, and all these type of questions you'll be getting it. Done, Sonam? Have you written it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, which are the three types of questions, Sonam, you wrote it?
Ma'am, the contextual, direct, and indirect.
Yes. So you can understand from here, direct questions means, what does the word direct means? What is direct? The answer is very directly given in your passage. Okay, so this is something which is explicitly explained. So you just have to pick up the answer and you have to write it. This is the type of question you can always figure it out. Okay, this is the most basic question. The indirect questions is basically you have to write, you have to understand what is written in between the lines. In between the lines, matlab, this is what we discussed earlier, that that what does exactly passage trying to convey. So that is the indirect type of questions. Contextual is about your synonyms, antonyms, and your usage. That how can I use this particular? This is the third type of questions you may get it. Till here it's clear. Three types of questions. So this is in between the lines. This is your contextual vocab. You take a call. What is more important for you to write? Okay, for everybody's understanding is different. For me, these three things are enough, but you take a call. Okay. If you want to write more, you write it. So this is your main idea based questions. When I say main idea based questions मतलब indirect questions. Okay, so इसमें you have to first focus only the first line of every paragraph. Don't sleep and have some water. Oxygen level goes low, then this happens. Okay, so what do you have to do? You have to read the first line of every paragraph. See, this is not a hard and fast rule that you will get an answer from your first line of paragraph. However, the first line of paragraph always tells you that what writer has to say. Okay, just play smart. This is a backup strategy. Okay, that we say that if you can't figure out something, just take out, or you don't have enough time, take out from there and interpret it. Don't leave the question. Okay, so this is, so you can write it under this first line. Focus on first line. So how have you written?
Ma'am, this whole PPT we need to write.
Arey, just what I've written on the board, focus on first line of every paragraph. That's all.
All right. Okay.
Okay. And why first line? Because it obviously elaborates. After first line में पता चल जाएगा. When you will see the passages, you'll understand कि first line में वो लोग बता देंगे कि what is the passage all about. ठीक है, so that is something which is there. Now you can see this. Read the following. This is one of the examples. Okay, and you can read, and Harini will solve the answer. Can you?
Ma'am, could you just please pin both the screens, ma'am, the shared screen and the your camera screen also, so both are side by side. Otherwise, we are having to change to look at each one.
You see.
Only one screen is shared. Your video is this, and this screen is
This
shared.
is not shared.
This is your video.
So now what to do? You want to see the board. That's what you mean.
No, ma'am, if it's possible to pin, ma'am, both the screens.
You know how to pin it?
You have to do it at your end, I guess.
No, I can only pin one at a time, right? So I'm having to switch again and again. So that's why I'm getting confused which one to write from there.
He doesn't know.
Okay, it's all right. It's okay.
I don't. So I have to call that. I'll call him in a while. The technical guy is gone for lunch. Okay, then I'll do it. Till now
No,
you
ma'am,
can.
it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. So this is your passage. Read out loudly, please.
As symbols of freedom of the
Wilderness. I'm very bad at all these things, huh? Yeah.
As symbols of the freedom of wilderness, bald eagles have the unique capacity to inspire people and foster in them a sympathetic attitude towards the needs of other threatened species. Clearly, without that sympathy and the political will it endangers the needs of more obscure species will go unmet. The conservation of many obscure species can only be met by beginning with the conservation of this symbolic species, the barley.
So guys, what do you think? You mark your answer in your notebook. See if it's A, B, C, D, E. So this is something which is closest to the question. Choose the answer closest to the question. Marked it? You might even remember the answers. So it's the same worksheet.
This
Yeah.
also quite common.
Yeah, because these guys were not there. No? Done. Harini, what's the answer as per you?
Option B.
Soham?
Ma'am, just a sec.
Do you guys agree with B? I need clear yes or no. Yes. Yes. You? Yeah. So what's the answer? Okay.
Yes, ma'am, B.
Okay, so we have two answers, B and C. So you can see the explanation over here. Okay, that he mentions that we should, from the inference, option B basically talks about the writer's thoughts. So she made sense. Okay, so for the option B is correct. Now the third, next type of question in your what do you call this? Table 3. What do you call this? This type of division. Where is this? Is it a web diagram? I don't think it's web. No? Something else. Okay, so write down interpretation of tone. So this is basically another type of question. Interpretation of. So you have to keep increasing your because there will be like different types of questions will be coming. So when I say interpretation of tone, here you have to basically understand that the paragraph talks about, like, what the question they give is, what does the passage talk about? What type of tone is being used? Okay, so they will give you something like sarcasm also. They'll give you something like an option for positive also, negative also. All the options would be given to you. So what happens is that when I read the first paragraph, okay, so I may find it positive. Okay, that the approach is very positive and we are being, or which you call it optimist and pessimist. Positive will never be the word, optimist or pessimist. Okay, and eventually when I move on, okay, so it may become something which is very sarcasm, which is very critical. Okay, so what you have to do is, you will come across this type of question. In one passage, there were 5 paragraphs. Harini and Soham, you're listening, right? Because they know it. So in one passage, they have 5 paragraphs. So what you have to do is, for each paragraph, you have to identify the tone. Okay, and it's very simple. It's very, very simple. What you have to do is identifying in the sense, you just have to identify from 3 angles. Is it positive, is it negative, is it sarcastic, or is it critical? Sarcastic is critical. ठीक है, तो हम क्या करते हैं, every paragraph के सामने we write the tone in short pencil से, ठीक है, and then finally, now question you read it, sometimes they ask you which tone is more in the paragraph, that is which tone is more favored in the paragraph. On those circumstances, you have to count it, that out of 5, which was more, okay, was positive more or was negative more. This is one type of question. Another type of question is that literally leave you with the interpretation of tone. Then what is the interpretation? How would you rate the tone in the paragraph? In that circumstance, you will only go with the tone of last paragraph. ठीक है, उस केस में आप काउंटिंग नहीं करोगे. So you have to understand the question. क्या वो लोग वेट के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं, वेट in the sense that more less के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं, or they're just asking what is the tone. So what is the tone means? So the last paragraph of the 2:30. 2:30. So, so this is what you have to understand. Clear? Here, so this is what I want to tell you. This is something, a simple one. You just have to identify the tone. इसमें weighing नहीं करना. Weighing वाले questions are separate. That you will see it. Okay, you'll understand all the questions. Tell what are they asking. Okay. Who wants to read it? It's long paragraph. Want to read for the class? Sorry, messed up.
Just
What did I do?
you can open it
Yes.
again.
Yes, sir. Please read it.
Tradition values are changing. We are aping the West and making monkeys of ourselves. While Hollywood is extolling in the history of their own people and making epic movies like Gangs of New York, Pirates of the Caribbean, etc. Hollywood is busying itself with desperate attempts to make a amateur American teen like movies and Hollywood flicks. While we concentrate on remixing songs and duplicating English movies, we are slowly stepping away from the path of originality and individuality. But while in the last generation, there was just plain following of Western principles by the youth, there have been greater benefits. The youth today not only learn from the West, but they like their great ancestor who built this nation combining this knowledge with our own culture. And now a time has come where the West is aping the East. Punjabi tunes, Desi styles, and Indian arts has hit the market overseas and is making us known to the world. So while there is a change, like I mentioned earlier, it isn't all for the worse. Tone for the above extract. So if you are not able to identify the tone, the easy strategy is कि मतलब what I do is the first five में I find the tone. ठीक है? Is something, are they talking about being sympathy or are they denouncing the fact कि यार ये चीज तो गलत है, or they are being critical or they are being optimistic. So this is how you can do it. First five lines देख सकते हो, फिर last lines देख सकते हो, so also you can manage. That you know the tone?
Critical and optimistic.
Who thinks critical but optimistic? Soham and Harini?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Eight.
ma'am. Critical and optimistic.
Okay, so this is your contextual vocabulary based question. This is again one example of the question of the exam. I told you that you might have something like that, contextual vocabulary based question. So either synonyms, antonyms, or they may mean like this. They just give you the word and you have to tell us that what does it mean, most nearly means. Clear? So this is another type. You can read out for the class, please.
Or seemingly continue.
Zoom.
Are seemingly insatiable appetite for seafood delicacies like smoked salmon, king prawns, and grilled sea bass has inevitably contributed to a sharp reduction in ocean fish populations. As many commercial boats frequently returned to shore with empty nets, it became clear that supply was starting to run significantly short of an ever-increasing demand. But then came a potential solution in the form of a tried and true method of food production, farming. Farming. Today, while traditional ocean fisheries remain in decline, commercial fish farming is booming and premium fish remain on menses worldwide. Ingenuity and flexible thinking made a seemingly doomed resource more sustainable.
Remain on menus worldwide.
Did I miss
Okay, the word sharp in paragraph most nearly means. See, what is clearly visible is not the answer. Huh? Be mindful about it. Done?
Ma'am, abrupt.
So, Harini?
Intense or abrupt?
And then it's not an intense or abroad. Choose one.
Intense.
Intense. Okay. Anyone?
Be appreciated.
Appreciable. Okay, why don't you just try fixing B, C, piercing, nobody is agreeing now?
No.
Okay, so B, C, D, just try and fit in, please. Replace the word with B, C, D and think of an answer and then give me the final answer.
Sure. B.
Done? Don't want to change?
Ma'am, I want to change.
Two.
Uh, I think it should be appreciable.
Okay. So, is the word worth the order? So you can see seafood delicacies, they're talking about the seafood delicacies has inevitably contributed to a sharp reduction in ocean fish populations. So when I'm talking about this, so are they talking in terms of, I mean, they're appreciating the fact or they are not appreciating the fact? Because if you look at the second part of the paragraph, okay, so they clearly tell you that supply was starting to run significantly short of an increasing demand. That then they came up with a solution to it. So it's more of a paragraph which is appreciable. Okay, so that is
The last 3 lines.
last 3 lines. So this is how we have to identify. That's why I was telling you that what is visible may not be the answer. Because that's something which is very visible answer. That's how we get confused. Okay, so this is how you have to identify. That's due to ever increasing demand. Clear? So now the not last, yeah. You can increase this to one more type of question, that is inference. This is inference based questions. Yes. How will you know this? You're tended with it.
Ma'am, interpretation of tone, ma'am, that was a type of question or a strategy for
Type of a question.
oh,
Right. You have any tone for question? I don't. Yeah, Nami. I gave you the pessimist and all, but that's a tone based question. Interpretation of tone. Okay, so the last one, not the last one, just right. The inference based questions. The inference based question is again about, you can write it in the bracket, emotions. Emotions. So basically, if the question is, what can be inferred about from the passage? So question में आता है, what can be inferred about from the passage? So then the moment inferred word होगा, तो इसका मतलब यही है that you have to focus on the writer's emotions. Clear? So this is the meaning of it. So you can see this. Did I skip something? No. Okay. Read out for the class, please.
One New York publisher has estimated that 50,000 to 60,000 people in the United States want an anthology that includes the complete works of William Shakespeare. And what accounts for this renewed interest in Shakespeare? Scholars point out that psychological insights he portrays in both male and female. This paragraph best supports the statement that. Oh, wait, that's part of the question.
Characters are amazing even today.
Characters are amazing even today.
So find out the right answer, guys. Don't interpret. We tend to interpret our things. Don't interpret. Just see what is it supporting. Yeah. Tell me the answer, Harini.
B.
Is there anyone who doesn't support B and wants to go with something else? What's this? You want to go, you don't want to go. I don't understand.
Support.
You support. Soham,
Yes, ma'am. B.
okay. People today are interested in Shakespeare's work because of characters. All right. So the next type of questions is all and except types of questions. All and except type of questions is basically about odd. You can just write it all and except types of questions. Okay? So you can just in brackets you can write odd. All and except यार तुम समझ ही जाओगे. Out of all except. Except का तो मतलब ही odd होता है ना. Right? So this is the type of question. But I'm still giving you. Just you guys don't get confused. Okay, so this is your sample question for all and except one.
It has been suggested that the ants of each nest have some sign or password by which they recognize one another. To test this, I made some of the insensible first trial chloroform, but the
More.
It has been suggested that the ants of each nest have some sign or password by which they recognize one another. To test this, I made some of the insensible. First, I tried chloroform, but this was fatal to them, and I do not consider the test satisfactory. I decided to intoxicate them. This was less easy than I had expected. None of my ants would voluntarily degrade themselves by getting drunk. However, I got over the difficulty by putting them into whiskey for a few moments. I took 50 specimens, 25% from one nest and 25% from another, made them dead drunk, marked each with a spot of paint, and put them on a table close to where one ant from one of the nests were feeding. The table was surrounded as usual with a moat of water to prevent them from straying. The ants which were feeding soon noticed those which I had made drunk. They seemed quite astonished to find their comrades in such a disgraceful condition, as much at a loss to know what to do with their drunkards as we were.
After a while, however, they carried them all away. The strangers they took to the edge of the most and dropped into the water, while they bore their friends home in the nests, where by degrees they slept off the effect of the spirits. Thus, it is evident that they know their friends even when incapable of giving any sign of password. The author's anecdotes of the inebriated ants would support all of the following inductions except the statement that.
Yeah. So the best way of doing things is first you have to read the options, okay, and especially your questions like this because it's a long paragraph, okay, and even with the tone and all these things, such type of questions. So what we do is that the moment we know the answers are this, okay, so we keep underlining something related to it while reading only. The moment there's something related to it, you underline it, or we can keep a note of it, like this to this is something. So you know it that easily you can quickly find out that. Otherwise, if you read it again. Yes.
The exam is conducted on computer.
Yeah. But you can do another bracket thing. Editing you can't do. Even if you can't do, you get a rough paper, right? Because for math you get it. You can find out for English you get it or not. But you can always request it. So at least you know the third line and all.
At least you'll have some idea.
Yeah. Talk to the people who've done it. Yeah. Because in every IELTS and all that they give. So IPM we need to just check. Sorted. Answer. Soham, what's your answer?
Ma'am, D.
Harini? Is there anyone who doesn't agree with Soham? Let's make it simple. You said D for dog, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone? Harini? Do you agree
I
with
agree.
Soham?
Yes.
Do you all agree with Soham? All right, so this is what RC is all about. Okay, so I've covered the RC, that is, that these are the type of questions you'd receive. Now, whatever you have it in your book is all about your types of questions, what I said it. So you have exercise based on the types. Okay, so at least I can pick up two questions from each exercise. You do the exercises at home. If you feel that you do need a class or something, you can always let us know. And we'll arrange a class for you, that's not a problem. And if you feel that we are comfortable, so you need to take a call for that. So I'll just show you. If you can open. Open page of 105 first. Okay, I have to change this camera thing. No, even the camera thing needs to be changed.
So that arrow beside the camera. That in,
Video. The video. It's in camera.
sorry.
Okay. So here you can see page number 105. This is what I've covered just now. Okay, just check the type of questions and everything. Then question number 106, 107. These are the same strategies. I mean, not same, but similar. Okay, so 108, 9. Focus, main idea, RC question, central idea. 110, 1111, 111, till 115. You can see this is what they've discussed, like by giving the example, the author's tone and all these things. Okay. And when you have the first exercise, that is exercise page number 116. This is the type of questions where they have mixed it. Okay, so what you do is that in each passage you would find it. This is how the questions are. In RC, you won't have the passage based on inference based or something like that. No. All the questions would be there in one passage only because you're allowed only 2 passages in your exam. We are allowed one short passage and one long passage. So that is the reason that all type of questions are being inferenced. But you know it's the strategy to solve these questions. So that is how it is in passage. You can see over here. This is what a session 19 is all about. Okay, they're divided into sessions, but I took it as a combination. And then you take it session 20. Again, same type of questions, primary purpose and all these things. Just flip through the pages once. It's same. It's exactly same. Similar. Sorry. It's exactly similar. But the only thing is that why we tell you to do all the questions is the reason is that the more you solve, the more practice you get. That's the only reason. But you won't find anything new in it, to be very honest. Unlike vocab and unlike whatever critical reasoning and all these things, that's a very different topic. Okay, because you get new things in each exercise. Here you won't get. Here it's similar. Okay, and that's why RC is usually done either in the start or at the end. That's how it is being kept because it's something you've done in school. Okay, and so you can see next page 125. So what they've done is that they designed the book as in that some of the questions you can do in the class, similar questions you can do at home. So that's why they wrote homework over there. Okay, again. So passage 6 also. See, notice passage 6. It's important because passage 6 is this is what I was telling you that in your exam you'll have one short passage and one long passage. So this is a short passage which I was talking about. This is the kind of question you will be getting. Then you come to session 21. Again, this is closest and all these things. Practice exercise 2. And then practice exercise 3, it's again short passage. And passage 7. And then you come to reading comprehension 4. That is again passage 1, 2, 3. This is what it is. Now tell me one thing, has Nandini ma'am taken this with you, session 23 and session 24? Verbal ability. I thought that this is a test paper. This is a test paper for your IPM. Okay, which consists of, this is what I was talking. See the test paper, get an idea of the test paper. So you'll have questions like this. So you have, these are the type of questions you have done, na? Correct alternative or idioms. Then come to page 164, you have an unseen passage, that is RC. One long passage, one short passage. Okay, and then you have fill in the blank. This is the type of questions you're getting in your exams. I mean, type of exam paper. Similar is your practice exercise 2. That's what you might not have taken. Now, I want to hear you out and understand. Do you guys want to do this in the classes, RC passages, or can you do it at home? Because I want this clarity to be there. You think that you, because since these two guys were not there, they were there. So most of the exercises they've already done in the class. Because I remember doing it because I had already taken 2 sessions with them. So I've done the exercises with them in the class. Now it all goes to Harini and Soham. Okay, and Harini and Soham, if you want it, I'll schedule the class. Because you have to take a call. So if you want it, then we can do from each exercise the way I did it with them. 2, 3 questions, 2, 3 questions we can pick up. Just and rest of the homework. Or if you think that you want to do it at home, and if there are doubts you want to contact, I mean, you take it forward. It should not come on to us later on that we didn't do it.
Can you take up 2-3 questions from each exercise?
2, 3 questions from each passage. So you want me to schedule one class?
Yes.
That's what I mean. And Soham, what's your opinion?
Yes, ma'am, we can do a class.
You want to do it in class. So from each exercise, we'll pick up three questions or something. Okay, so I'll schedule one class. I think next is 26th. 26th will be the holiday. When do you have your exam? Mocks and all, when does it start in here?
Crash course.
Yeah.
From 27th.
Isn't it March? Isn't it only April?
March.
27th March. So right now it's January, na? So January 26th. They're not conducting any mocks and over here with like exams before crash course. Before crash course.
Because we have our books.
Yeah. Crash course is compulsory for everyone.
No, just 12.
Which grade are you in, Harini?
11.
11. So she won't be a part of this.
No.
You won't be a part of crash course, right?
No.
That's absolutely good. Okay. Okay. So let's do something which is common. Okay, over here. You did not do, I think, the last exercise. Which session? Which session 19, 20, I did it with you guys.
We did say 20.
Are you sure?
No, I did this one question also in 22, which we made us mark as important.
2022.
Yes.
Take all the
This
papers.
question
Mark
we-
this time.
I think very honest now. I was picking up from in between.
Yeah, you were picking up from these.
एक बार check कर दो ना. All passages are marked. I'm taking something which is not being done by you people also and Harini as well.
Okay, what passage 2 from practice exercise 3.
Yeah, because I'm cleaning some things. I remember this thing. Page number, if you tell me.
153.
153. Okay, Soham and Harini, let's do page number 153, passage 2. Okay, this they haven't also done it, something common. And then I'll take up a class for you guys. And if you guys want to come in, you're most welcome. Okay, it's not something that's only for them. It's a normal RC class. Okay, so you want to come, you come. No, don't come because it's optional for you. Done, guys? Harini, Soma, you girls also done?
Yes.
Ma'am, just a second, ma'am, the last one.
Harini, how many are correct for you or all correct?
All are right, but I wanted to know something about the first question. I had a doubt about that question.
Oh. Let's start the first question. Yes, Harini.
So the answer is option A, and I had also marked A, but why can't we write D?
What is primary concern? Primary matlab? See, as far as I remember this passage, the last term, I'm not ready it again. But this is like primary, if they ask you the primary concern of the passage, you only need to focus on the first aspect. That is the first few lines. Okay, then what is it beginning with? And if they ask you that what is the inferred, what it can be inferred from the passage and all, then you will go with something which is the deeper meaning of.
The paragraph actually starts with the consumption of calories.
Until 100 years ago, humans had simple, a straightforward equation. Well, as discussed today, the number per capita. Today, the number per capita per grown to this, we still need this. This that we extract from the earth. Okay. This formula runs over to this, so we're concerned about this. How many runs? Which one? But Harini, if you read the first line here, until 100 years ago, as humans, we had a simple, uncomplicated biological connect. Okay, and then they're going with the main reason for it. So this is what you're saying is the reason, na? Because of the calories thing. Okay, but when I say about the uncomplicated biological connect, so don't you think it is basically referring to that we have to save our environment?
Yeah, no. The primary concern that he's talking about is to save the environment. But like when I was reading the options, I read A first, obviously, and I agreed. I was going to just tick that. But then when I read the D option, I was a little confused.
But because the calorie part is the reason for it. They are not asking you the reason. If they ask you, they give you the question, they justify the reason or what is the the reason behind this, then you have to say. Nobody's asking you the reason. Okay, that is like the RC. That's why I was telling you that there are different types of questions. If you're clear that what is being asked, you're getting it, then you would be able to answer. Going with it like last time when these guys were here, you remember that we were doing the tone-based questions. Out to be optimist because उन्होंने तो अपनी approach change कर दी. This is what the focus should be. ठीक है? And so are you clear? So Harini and so we will have one more class for RC.
Ma'am, one more doubt, ma'am, I had.
Yes, please.
Ma'am, in the second one, why does the author ask his audience to use a jute bag? Ma'am, so A and C is easily eliminated. Ma'am, here in B it says it is the need of the hour to save energy, to save our ecosystem. And D it says they are quite durable and can be used more than once. So B is like saying a more with respect to a more broader scope as to why we should use it. But the D one, it's the exact sentence which has been given in the paragraph. It has been taken from the para, right?
What is
So
the
ma'am,
paragraph? The paragraph talks about the environment.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, the para talks about the environment, ma'am. But in particular, the jute bag, when the author mentions it, he says that it should be used because it has longevity and it's quite durable, right? So, ma'am, here the answer, according to me, can be both B and D, ma'am, because B is a broader scope according to the entire para and what the deeper meaning is. Ma'am, but on top, if we see the literal meaning why the author is saying to use jute bags, it's because it's quite durable and can be used more than once, just like he says in the paragraph.
We came across the same thing with the B and D both supports.
Ma'am, so both can be answered.
Because this was a printing thing that they were supposed to make. I mean, both the sentences was one part of the sentence. One part of the point, and that's clear.
But the author is encouraging people to use jute bags to save the environment.
That's the broader meaning. That would be the primary answer. If the second answer wouldn't have been there, everybody knows, even Soham agrees with this. Because it is technically we are talking about environment only, similar to like what Harini is saying. And no, you can't focus on the calories. You have to look at the something which is a much more broader aspect. So Soham, that is something which you have to look in your exam only for this answer. Because even she has marked because she was there with me in the last previous RC also. You know, so that is why she also works. So I remember this was the confusion.
Ma'am, so both are correct.
See, ideally the both of them fits it, but if you ask me choose one, I won't have gone with the durable one.
So B part, you mean?
Yes.
The
reason being-
broader meaning.
Yes, the reason we have to look for the broader meaning. Nobody is asking you to identify in between the lines. That's the only.
All right.
Thank you.
Bye, ma'am. Good day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.